Hi again, everybody. We're back at the Healing Cooperative Sunday Zoom, and I'm excited to have Maya Goreshnik here as our speaker of the week, and she's going to be discussing the healing science of redox. So, Maya, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you very much. I just had a text from Vincenza. I think she's trying to get on. So if you're letting people in, then. So first of all, I'm so excited to talk to you people because you guys talk about energy, and I think energy is the base of everything. It's the base of everything. It's where we start from, and ASEA and the redox technology is all about energy. It's all about energy, but on a cellular level where our cells are learning to communicate. And when they're not communicating properly, this is when problems start. This is when aging begins. This is where breakdown begins. This is where issues begin with whatever system that you're trying to fix. And we in the conventional medicine world, I guess, we start fixing the organ, we start fixing the system, we start from the top. And the belief is that if you start fixing things from the bottom or from the core, then you get to the top much faster and much more effectively. So if you fix the cell, you fix the system. If you fix the system, if you fix the cell, you fix the organ, and so forth. So my journey started with an interesting journey, like we all with age. I live a pretty holistic life. I'm a daughter of two naturopathic doctors, ex-conventional doctors, but when we immigrated to Canada from Russia, my parents had to convert to something that they connected much more to. And they have a big clinic in Toronto where they do acupuncture and holistic healing and whatever, naturopathic medicine and whatever that entails. And so I was blessed, and it's been for years and years and years. But when I hit the fun age of pre-menopause, what women go through, things were not looking pretty, and I needed some help. And when you need something, and things, you're very solidly attached to your truth, and you say, I am not medicating, I'm not making a hormonal cocktail out of my body, I'm not, but yet, the sleep is not there, the mood is not there, the energy is not there, everything is just so upside down, and you feel like you need to be plugged in. And when you seek, you find. And but 6 years ago, one of mom's patients brings her this, puts it on the table, and says to her, doctor, my daughter is really, really ill. She has a 4-year-old child. What do I do with that? And my mother says, I don't know what that is, but give me 24 hours, I'll figure it out. And 24 hours later, the entire family had it on their table. And it's been over about 6 years, and we haven't been off it since. What this is the redox signaling molecules. These are the life molecules that basically separate the dead from the live. This is the function that happens in your cells to create the vibrations needed to function. Takes away the inflammation, because once the cells are vibrating properly, things start happening. Once the cell vibrating properly, the immune system gets the support it needs, and the messages start to go through. So it's with anything with neurological, super effective. Anything with hormonal, super effective. Mood, anything emotional and mental, and digestive, of course. And anything else that is off balance in the body, because we're aging, because we're under stress, because we are surrounded by oxidative stress. This is it. This is called aging. This is our life. The beauty of this product is that it's 100% non-toxic. It's made of 2 ingredients. 2, that's it. And you have them already in your body. This is what your cells are made of anyway. So for me, the fact that it's non-toxic and cannot harm was the big go. So that's what I take. I take 2 of these in the morning. I'm on 8 ounces. I'm a little bit on an extra dose because I just choose to, and I can afford it. And that's what I do. I'm going to put a little clip. I'm going to show you what exactly it is from a scientific perspective. How do they explain this? And what's the best way to understand it? So I'm going to put a doctor. His name is Dr. Kaufman. He is just He is going to explain in his way what it is. And then if we'll have time, we'll watch a little clip explaining it in a little bit of a different way through a clip. So how do I, okay, so I need to share a screen.
Just share screen.
Yeah, there we go. So this is Dr. Kaufman, and he's explaining what this is, okay?
I'm Dr. Ellen Kaufman. I practice integrative family medicine in Albuquerque, Mexico, and I've been doing so for 33 years. I'm board certified in family medicine and have been using ASEA in my practice for a little over 5 years with tremendous success. I've been asked, what are the redox signaling molecules that are in ASEA? And those are, for reference, are things like hypochlorites, superoxides, and peroxides. And it's interesting that these are the most bioactive molecules in existence. And they basically turn on cellular efficiency. They turn on cellular communication, cell function. They basically youthen cells. There are other types of redox signaling molecules found throughout nature, some that are plant-based, some based in amino acids that are found in our bodies. There are thiol, sulfur-based redox molecules, all of which have bioactivity, but none so much as the ones that spin off from our mitochondria as a byproduct of the Krebs cycle, the energy production cycle inside every living cell. And again, these are the most bioactive redox signaling molecules in existence.
So basically, you know, it's very, very simple. And when you look at the ingredients, it just boggles your mind. The two ingredients here are water, demineralized water, and sodium chloride. That's it. Now, if God forbid something happens and you end up in a hospital, what's the first thing that they give you is an IV line with saline solution. And your cells perk up and they become very happy until you go to the bathroom and you're back to square one. This is broken down homeopathically, diluted enough to enter the cellular membrane. So what you're creating that tension from the outer cellular fluid to the inner cellular fluid, stretching the cell out, making it whole and functional. And we all know that we need our cells in the same round, beautiful shape that they're supposed to be in, rather than deformed cells. We're not interested in deformed cells. So it helps detect the cells that are not whole and properly functioning. So it helps detox them. And it helps strengthen your own cells to function properly, creating the signaling, creating the vibration, creating the energy that you need for life force. Simplicity at its best. The problem was to stabilize it. That was the problem, because there's an extra oxygen molecule in there. It's antioxidant, right? There is an extra oxygen molecule that needs to bind with something. And scientifically, it's very volatile. It just evaporates. It's happening in our body, but we're sealed, right? So it just happens every single second, but we're sealed. So that was the magic here. So this company, they managed to patent it. They sealed the patent. They're the only one. They are the only one in that redox space that have a stabilized product that does that. So they have the drink, and they also have a gel. Okay. The gel is basically the same drink with a little bit of a clay component to make it like a jelly component. So you can put it anywhere in your body, anywhere that hurts. People have used it for gum health by brushing their teeth, for skin, for aches, for pains, for muscles, for reflexology massage for babies, reflexology massage for pregnant women, for stretch marks, anything outside of the body. People have been used inside as well. I mean, they freeze it into suppositories. And my friend's husband, who had some polyps in places we don't want to talk about, she took that. She went on Amazon, but suppository molds, put this gel inside, okay? Froze it. 3 months later, there's no polyps, there's no operation needed, nothing. She created suppositories out of that. I mean, women use it for female health. So it's safe inside, it's safe outside, safe for babies, safe for adults. So it's so safe and versatile. It will replace so many things in your house. Like I live with this. I take the water, I put it in that bottle, and I spray my eyes about good 5-6 times a day because my eyes are so irritable. I'm on Zoom all day teaching. So, and you would say water and salt, but it's the same like our tears. So you don't have to put all this chemical for dry eyes or anything else that you're going to put in. This is the same biological makeup as our tears, salt and water, but in the right combination. So people that say, oh, salt, blood pressure, no, blood pressure and salt is only if you eat the salt. If you drink it and it's diluted properly in your water, salt is actually a carrier that carries the blood from your core to the extremities, because blood pressure means you have too much here, not enough there, not enough circulation to make it go around. And I also say, people say salt. I said, well, salt is magic. How do they really, I hate to see what's happening in old age homes when they say salt-free diet. That's why all the elderly shrivel. They shrivel because they don't have the salt in them. Salt holds the body whole. I'm not saying, again, salt with chips. I'm talking, proper salt in proper amount, proper proportions. The same thing, and I give the analogy of a pickle. You put a cucumber in a jar of water, it's going to rot. You put a cucumber in a jar of water with salt, watch the pickle be crispy. And that's what this does to our cells. That's what this does to our skin. That's what it does. People regrow hair. People get their life back. And I was one of them because I teach grade 2. So, I need to be energetic. I need to, get the kids fired up. And I was falling flat on my face. I mean, 4 o'clock, I was nothing. I had no energy. I had no mood. It was just terrible. And I'm like, it's not me. I started hating who I was. And once I started that, I said, okay, I'm going to give it a chance. It was introduced to me also, like through my mom, through a friend, that people telling people. And 5 weeks later, I'm sleeping through the night. And if I'm sleeping through the night, my day looks better. And if my day looks better, my mood is better. My energy, it became a cycle of changes that just took over. And that was 6 years ago. It took me 3 years to figure out how to do the promotion and, teaching others about it, because I was just dabbling in that. It's not my thing to distribute and educate, but my thing was education. So I figured, okay, let me educate people. I teach them, I educate them, they continue their journey with education. And you know what? I would say 90% of the people, they either get on board right away or they get on board within a month or 2 or 3. But eventually everybody that I talk to comes back and says, you know what? I'm ready to try. It's a tool in our toolbox. And sooner or later, I think we need to learn that we need to take care of our own bodies and not trust whatever the system is giving us. Because we're stuck. We're stuck, and we got to start at the core. Not just, okay, we're going to just medicate this and for that. You heal. You don't just medicate. And that's the beauty of this. And I'm excited to share. And I've been sharing it with Susan's group for a while. I shared it with Susan for a while. And then all of a sudden we had a Zoom like that. And a bunch of people from all over said, oh, yeah, we're using it. And it clicked. And it says, oh. And then Susan decided to try it. And then she's been feeling the effects and the difference.
Yeah, absolutely. I enjoy it very much. I have a pouch of it near me all the time. I take a pouch with me whenever I go anywhere, keep it in the car, take it with me on trips. Yeah.
People now nebulize it. I mean, this is like the big thing. You nebulize it. My friend had a spontaneous pneumothorax, like a lung collapse once and a lung collapse twice. And she's been on it, but she wasn't on enough. Do you know what I mean? She was on the 4-6 ounces. She had the second pneumothorax, increased it to 8. It still wasn't enough. And then she had to go to a surgeon. She says, I'm not doing this again with the tube and stuff. It was horrible. It was horrific. So the doctor said, listen, I don't know. It's kind of borderline. Let's see. And so he gave her about 8 weeks or something like that to just see. She increased it to 12 ounces, which is a hefty amount. And she didn't need to do the third procedure. It just kind of repaired, fixed whatever it did to itself. Because she nebulized it. She still does, like as a prophylactic and whatever. So she basically introduced the whole nebulizing. We've had people, I can't claim a disease, but with whatever is going on, a lot of people have managed that with nebulizing.
Right.
Gargling, nebulizing, any which way, it's safe to anyone, nursing mothers, pregnant women. There's no contraindication. I mean, they have to mark that it is, but it's so safe. It's what you already have. It's native to your body. You're not bringing anything new.
Yes.
So that's what I'm working on, and I'm very, very excited. And I think it can be a great addition to whatever healing that anybody is doing. So it's not invasive. It's not harmful. It's not toxic. So whoever is healing in whichever way, there are people who need to know about it and hear it and maybe try it.
I also like the fact that ASEA has a network of people that you can meet with every week.
Right.
If you have any questions, if you have the
Right.
need to hear about testimonials for different types of challenges. So there's a really nice kind of network of,
Yes.
of support.
So,
when you
but
go
once
to-
a month, once a week, we have a meeting in some capacity or another. So sometimes it's on Sunday afternoon where we meet and people share their testimonials. It's a great platform for that. We have a lot of practitioners. We have Reiki practitioners. We have osteopaths, chiropractors, dentists, eye doctors, like a really big range, yoga instructors, any which way of practitioners. So for example, on some Monday night, tomorrow, we have Vincenza Lind, who is a sleep consultant. This is what she does. She consults little babies and parents, and she sleep trains babies, and they're her specialty, sleep. She'll be discussing redox molecules and sleep. We just had a practitioner's a webinar on last Monday where a group of practitioners talked about how they integrate this in their clinic. And there we had a Reiki master, we've had a yoga instructor and a plant trainer. We've had people that, work with that in the business capacity of things. So every time there is a lot of information and a great platform to introduce whatever you are doing, I guess, because the community is already a like-minded community. Because once you kind of go into that realm of health, your mindset is already there. Those are the people that seek the energy healing. Those are the people that seek the holistic, the homeopathic remedies, the herbal stuff, the stuff that is not the conventional. The screening has been done because that's where they're reaching to. Yeah. It also has a very powerful, this is actually the new thing. It helps you detox from heavy metals. And apparently one of the things of vaccine injury is heavy metal overload. And what's Parkinson? It's a heavy metal in the brain from aluminum and all the exposure. And apparently there is like a whole thing now going on that this helps your body eliminate heavy metals in your system, which is pretty incredible because we're all toxic. Doesn't matter how healthy you live, how healthy you eat, how properly you do everything, we're toxic. We're surrounded by that. So that's my journey with ASEA. There is a Facebook group if you'd like me to add you on to learn more. There is lots of content. Ask Susan, she can add you on. Become my friend on Facebook. I'll add you on. Read, follow, learn, join. And, you can be part of the ASEA family if you decide to try. But it is pretty incredible what it can do. Excellent.
Thank you so much, Maya, for your presentation.
I had a video plan, but I'm not gonna I can share privately for whoever wants to. Rachel, if you want to, I think it's a 15-minute thing. Gary, if you want to, I'm happy to share. Just watch it in your own time, but it will explain exactly from the scientist perspective to the people perspective of what this actually can do and what it has done. It's all made in the States. There's one plant in Utah that does it. I visited, it's monitored, it's controlled. They have 3 labs checking it systematically to make sure the molecules are there in every bottle. The company is phenomenal as far as the human connection of the company. They had an opportunity to sell it to pharmaceutical. They refused because the condition was that once it's sold to pharmaceutical, this technology has to be killed, because they will not be selling blood pressure meds, thyroid meds, and everything else that they're poisoning the people with. And the owner of the company said, no, I'm going to give it to the people to promote it to the people, because there's an education piece. And I guess he was brilliant. His heart was in the right place, and they've been doing great. But the leadership of the company is just all hard. So I've been very, very lucky and very proud to represent them.
Well, thank you so much for that presentation. You might want to share the link for the video as a comment when I post this
Yeah,
clip
I can
on
do
the
that.
Facebook page. Yeah.
Yep.
And that way, anybody who wants to know a little bit more and
Yep.
do some more research can watch that video clip.
And
All right.
find me, like me with the crazy Russian name, Maya Goreshnik, and the crazy hair. You'll find me. There's only one, and I'll add you to the group, and go ahead.
Excellent. All right. I'm going to stop the recording now.